The marble floors of Windsor Holdings Tower gleamed so perfectly you could see your reflection in them, a reflection billionaire CEO Clara Windsor barely recognized anymore. Her mornings began with conference calls, and her nights ended with the soft hum of elevators taking her higher and higher above the people who once mattered. Every morning, at precisely 6 a.m., a quiet man named Miguel Alvarez mopped those same floors she walked across without a second glance. He never spoke much, just nodded, smiled, and kept working. His worn sneakers squeaked softly on the polished marble, the sound fading whenever Clara's heels clicked past. She never noticed him. Why would she? He was just the janitor. Until the day her world came crashing down. It happened on a Thursday. Clara was in her corner office, glass walls framing the city skyline like a throne room for the modern queen she believed herself to be. Investors were panicking, her company's stock was plummeting, and her phone wouldn't stop buzzing with bad news. And then came the pain, sharp, burning, relentless, shooting through her chest. Her vision blurred. The world spun. She stumbled out of her office, clutching her chest, trying to call for help. But the hallways were empty, most employees hadn't arrived yet. Then she collapsed. Moments later, a voice broke through the silence. "Ma'am? Ma'am, can you hear me?" It was Miguel. He dropped his mop and knelt beside her, panic flashing in his eyes. He didn't hesitate, pulled out his old, cracked phone, called 911, and started CPR right there on the cold marble floor. His hands shook, but his voice was steady. "Stay with me. You're gonna be okay." When Clara woke up in the hospital hours later, the first thing she saw wasn't her assistant or her lawyer. It was him, the janitor from the lobby, sitting quietly by her bedside with worry in his eyes. Her throat was dry. "You saved me?" He nodded, awkwardly rubbing the back of his neck. "Used to be an EMT, before things went bad." He explained, haltingly, that his wife had died of cancer 5 years ago. The medical bills had bankrupted him. He'd lost his house, his job, everything. So he took the first job he could find, mopping the floors of the same kind of company that once wouldn't even look his way. Clara listened in stunned silence. She had built her empire on the idea that only the strongest survived. But here was a man society had ignored, the same way she had ignored him, and he'd been the one to save her life. Something shifted in her that day. Weeks passed. Clara returned to work, but she wasn't the same woman who left. She started noticing things: the tired receptionist who skipped lunch, the delivery driver waiting in the cold, the janitor pushing his cart with quiet dignity. One morning, she found Miguel in the lobby again. "Miguel," she said softly. "How would you feel about coming upstairs?" He frowned. "Upstairs?" To the emergency response team, she smiled. "We're starting a new department, safety and employee wellness. And I want you to lead it." He blinked in disbelief. "Me? You saved my life," she said simply. "Now I want you to help me make sure this company remembers that people matter more than profits." Months later, Windsor Holdings